Just download the templates and then feed these red areas, the title, study goal and objectives, so on and so forth, and then keep everything as default, and then copy paste everything in ChatGPT, go here and then select deep research, and then after a while it will create you a paper like this. This is a seed paper that you can start improving and modifying it. Hello everyone, welcome back to another tutorial from Broadway VR channel. Today I'm going to talk about how to use AI chatbots to write a paper, thesis, or any formal documents. It includes a structure and writing tips. So I provide you some templates as usual. So it will help you a lot. So first thing, you need to go to Google and then search GitHub Broadway VR, and then go to this GitHub page and research writing toolkit and code, download zip. Once you download it, then unzip it, and then you would see two templates here. Okay, let's talk about the writing structure. So this writing structure is giving you a structure for the paper, and that I'm gonna talk in detail in this tutorial. And then the writing tips also is talking about formatting, writing style, and referencing. So my name is Ahmad, and I have a PhD in transportation engineering. I wrote many academic papers, journals, and also industry reports. I feel that it's time to share the knowledge with you and the community. So as you see, around 85% of the viewers are not subscribed to the channel. Please do it. It will help me a lot. So the heart of each formal documents is a study goal and objectives. You need to have this section because it's not only helping you to write and shape your documents, it helps the reader to understand what's going on in the document very, very quickly. So the order of the writing starts from study goal and objectives, then title, and then the last part is abstract, okay? So let's talk about the templates. So the first part is a study goal and objectives. When you are writing any documents, just think, what's your goal, right? And then how do you want to achieve those goals, right? That goal is single. So the goal of a study, you need to fill these three dots here, okay? And the study has three objectives, let's say developing, designing, implementing what, right? And then the title is getting from these three dots, okay? So let's say this is an example. The goal of a study is developing a novel AI algorithm to capture the risk. The three objectives are how to do it, right? Developing input indicators, designing an AI, and then implementing in a real world scenario, okay? So the title is coming from here. As you can see, developing a novel AI for collision risk assessment. I made it a little bit shorter here. So now everything starts from these three. As you can see, these three are basically somehow a weaknesses in the literature, right? Or in any area, right? So let's talk about introductions, and then I'm talk about how you can use those objectives to shape your problem and then shape your paper. So introduction is about a storyline. If you want to be a good writer, you need to have a storyline from where you start the story and then where you end the story, right? So there are first level and second level. First level, first thing is putting this A, B, C in each part. Let's say 1.1 1 is background, 1.2 is problem statement, 1.3 is study goal object. Each introduction should have these parts, 3 parts. So these A, B, C, you need to put it. You need to think, okay? These sentences, you can allow chatbots to just fill for you, okay? So let's say I am just opening ChatGPT free version, right? And then as you can see, this 1 point, the background, right? The traditional methods, the problem statements, and then the study goal and objectives. These 3 parts are there, right? So I said to ChatGPT to write the paper based on the structures. And then this A, B, C is there. So this A, B, C you need to provide, okay? And then we can let chatbots to write, and then we can modify later on. So let's say for my case, the importance of collisions involving pedestrian, right, is A. Let's talk about the importance of the problem. And then what's the statistics around it, right? And then what's the methods right now? Okay, so now let's move on to problem statement. In problem statement, we should say about the weaknesses, okay? And these weaknesses is coming from study objectives. So the first study objectives, as you can see here, is solving first weakness in problem statement. So when then you see your documents, there should be a connection between the first sentence of the problem statement to the first objective, and then second to the second, and third to the third, right? So you need to talk about these things instead of just throwing some random documents or sentences, right, that I am seeing a lot when I am reading something. So again, for the literature review, those 3 parts that I discussed, right? Again, I need to see the previous work about the first weakness, second weakness, and third weakness. Again, this part, the first level, you need to write it. The second level, you can write it, but you can allow the ChatGPT or AI tools to write. The third part is the methodology, right? Again, in the methodology, it also follows the 3 weakness first, second, the third. The more you can keep this structure, the easier is your documents for reader, okay? Because reader is just keeps seeing the same structures, but different sentences and different topics. Let's say this is methodology, right? So again, A, B, C, you need to write sentences, either ChatGPT or AI tools, or you can also write it later on, but okay. Again, in the results, you need to talk about those 3 weaknesses and then how you solve those things. All the results analysis should be around those objectives, okay? You don't need to talk about like random things, right? Just talk about what you wanted to achieve. Again, A, B, C, you write, and then sentences you will let ChatGPT to do it. Of course, the analysis you need to do the analysis too, right? Again, conclusion, those 3 weaknesses or objectives, again, we need to keep repeating the same thing, but in different sections. We need to talk about it. With that aside, I'm opening the template, and then the template, I'm saying to ChatGPT that I want your help to write my paper, which should be 6,000 words. Do not remove any subsections or headings. Please cite proper references and provide in APA format. And then writing style should be formal for journal submission. Okay. So I copy paste everything here. You don't need to change anything. But here, these red, you need to put, what's the title? So let's go back to the title that I have provided. So the title is this one. And the study goal and objective is this, right? I put it here. What's the structure of the paper? So the structure is this, right? So I have already the structures here. This is the structure. Just copy paste this and then put it here. And what's the target publication or academic? For example, for me is transportation engineering. And fill these things too. And then the magic is here when you put all of those things in ChatGPT. So, and that's a free version. So in ChatGPT, click this deep research, is very important, okay? And then it will ask you some questions and then provide you the paper. And as you can see in each part, the background, right? I wrote this, but ChatGPT is writing this part. ChatGPT is writing this part, right? So it's talking about the statistics of collisions now. It's talking about traditional methods. So that means right now I can copy paste this and then now use this as a starting point. Okay, now I'm gonna change these references a little bit. I'm gonna read. Sometimes it's not, you know, does not make sense. So I need to do some modifications. So that's the magic. That this is now the paper. Then the starting point. Okay, thank you very much for following this tutorial.